Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
The hot summer sun shone down, suffocating the Riverlands in its sweltering grip. Lord Robert Grand walked the battlements of Grandgate, beads of warm sweat running down his brow. Around his keep, as far as the eye could see, lay leagues of lush fields of gold and green patched together, dotted with villages and small holdfasts. He stopped to overlook the training yards, where he could see his son and heir Axel hard at work with Sir Ingram and the other squires and castle guard, being drilled relentlessly in sword and spear. Robert rested his hands upon the scalding stone before him as he continued to observe the midday training. The warring beads of sweat dripped and sizzled into nothing as they hit the blazing stone. His son was growing into a mature young lordling, competent in his own way, but he seemed to lack his own ambition and low cunning. But hopefully the boy wouldn't have to worry about the woes of ruling for a long time to come, unlike Robert himself, whom power was thrust upon at such a young age. The castle and courtyard were hectic and bustling with life as always. The trade in Grandgate and the newly expanded Grandlands beyond had exploded in recent times under his own shrewd governance and that of his father before him. The castle granaries were overflowing with this year's bountiful harvest from the newly constructed farmlands, and beneath the castle the vaults were just as full with gold and silver. Gold and silver which would further be used to build his armies, lands and influence. His lands truly were prospering, and his people too. With House Piper now bent and submitted like a whipped dog, little threat came from within his borders. But there was always the small threat of House Vance. Yet with Lady Vance's son and heir now sworn to House Grand, and her second son soon to be an honoured guest of Grandgate, any danger of a Vance retaliation was at a minimum. Even more so with Robert's backing of House Blackwood to the north of Wayfarer's Rest, and his father-in-law, Lord Brax, to the west. Lands that would soon fall beneath Robert's bloating domain. Despite all that House Grand had gained since the rebellion, Robert knew it could all crumble away into ash just as quick. Now was not the time to get complacent. He would enjoy his victories and the profits that came with it, but he would not sit idle. Seeds for future gains had to be planted, and it would start with a tour of his now vast lands. For now his lords were his loyal servants, but that would rapidly change should they be given half the chance, or if Robert was to show any sign of weakness. To ensure this did not happen, he would go to each of them in turn, see their lands and keeps, praise their loyalty, tell them how strong and impressive their sons were, how beautiful their daughters were, and in return they would tell Robert his shit smelt of the finest summer wine and hand over their hard-earned taxes and anything else that they had to offer their noble liege. And if they didn't, they would learn why the fox was so feared. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we return to the rise of House Grand. And look at the Grandlands now. They have improved massively, haven't they? We've got some really nice land now. Several, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lordships within our land now. Only one high lordship still, but we are working towards improving that by moving to the east. We have 2 of this small high lordship here, so hopefully we will be able to move out towards that soon, as well as the Braxlands, which our lady wife is in line to inherit once her father oh no, maybe not actually. It appears that she now has a brother, 1-year-old Willem Brax. When did you remarry, Lord Titus? He has a new young wife. Well, that is unfortunate. It looks like young Lord Willem may have to fall out of a window or something at some point. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, see what we can do. I think we've looked at murdering our father-in-law before, and it's only a 5% successful scheme, so there's not really anything there that we can do either. So this makes things difficult, but hopefully it's not an obstacle that we can't overcome. I do want to look at doing a grand tour of our lordship once we have the wealth to do so. I am informed by my hostage, Devon, has at last arrived from Wayfarer's Rest. Lady Eleni's son will no doubt be anxious about his new life in Grandlands. Trust in your mother, I reassure him. You will be treated well here. I'll show you to your room. We have a valuable hostage there. Her other son, though, who is the Lord of Pure Springs, could be problematic if he dies without an heir. his lands will pass to his mother, or actually when his mother dies as well. In fact, he will inherit Wayfarer's Rest, which will then take Pure Springs with it. So we do need to work on taking that away. And your liege has passed the Law High Crown Authority. Okay. Someone wants to... Oh, offering to ransom as Jonas Bracken. Yeah, I will pay to have Jonas Bracken back. And to the Perceptive Robert, I would like for your courtier, Alvin Bracken, to become the squire of Manfred Cray. Who is Manfred Cray? A trained fighter, skilled tactician, holy warrior. Who, I don't even know who you are, actually, but yeah, we'll accept that. We'll let him go off to squire for someone. Got 8 decisions here. Yeah, we know about losing the land. We can designate a guardian for your hostage, Devon Vance. Let's have a look at Devon Vance himself. He's got decent intrigue, decent stewardship. We could always make him our own ward so that we can try and get him on. So that we can try and get him on side. Probably won't be the best option, but we can try and hopefully build a friendship there with him. But yeah, our first course of action is we want to improve our wealth. We are, of course, now under the Stormlands, who did conquer those Riverlands. The child was not meant to be. My lady wife, Lady Aurene, assures me it is the way of life, but her hand lingers on her belly. That's a shame. That's the second stillborn child we've had now, isn't it? As well as the one that was born sickly. We don't want to look at Jaime Lannister. We want to look at you. I need to do something about this. How are we going to stop this? What? There's nothing that we can do other than the murder. And he's in very good health, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Faction created against Lord Paramount Edmure. Okay, and your acquaintance Josman, who's not of any importance, has passed away as well. Yeah, we can do a Grand Tour, I know, but I'm pretty sure it cost a lot of money to do a Grand Tour. Yeah, 200 gold, so we do need to wait for our wealth to increase, which it shouldn't take too long to do. We do make quite a decent amount of wealth now, so it should go pretty quickly. Is there any decisions we can do to try and help that along? I don't think there's much. We can try and work off some stress, but are we overwhelmed with stress currently? Yes, ever so slightly on stress level 1. Our acquaintance Kendo Softwillow died. I don't know who that is. We may as well do that then. Let's work off some stress. Stress coping, heavier is more. This is not enough, I think to myself, as I put down the training sword. I've been practicing non-stop, but I'm not getting tired. I need a tougher challenge. Yes, something bigger, or perhaps heavier. Something sure to tire me out. I'll commission an extra hefty training sword. That's going to lower our stress. It's going to cost us gold, which we are trying to increase. Flora, get over here. You gain a good exercise for 1 year. The extra challenge invigorates you. Could get wounded. Our child could get wounded. Or there's no need for improvement at this time. You gain Sweaty Stench for 1 year. Well, we don't really want to get that, so let's go for the middle option. And you overestimate your own strength. You gain good exercise for 1 year. Flora Grand gain the trait wounded. We have wounded our child, though, which is not so good. But we are no longer overwhelmed with stress. At least it wasn't our son or our heir, so that's fine. Lord Walter is not swayed. That's fine. We can try and continue to sway him. He's probably our only vassal now who is being problematic. Familial reputation. Axel Grand's opinion of us has improved by 20%, which is good. We've almost increased control here. And our development is coming along nicely. Arthur gained 10 trait experience in the novice physician trait, which is good. Children say such funny things. As I share the latest news from Lady Elena's court, my hostage Devon seems oddly amused, a faraway smile on his tiny face. I've got a story, Lord, a tale I made from my own seeings, but not supposed to say, promised I wouldn't. He giggles with mischievous delight, revelling in a rare power over his elders. Naughty crows, Devon. Family can be ever so naughty. Do go on. There's a 62% chance that we gain a secret, or a loose tongue leads to dishonour. No. Do go on, Devon. Do go on. Devon Vance increased his intrigue by 1. Religious head established. Previously leaderless, the Magneric wise ones have made Sigorn their new green seer. Interesting. Way beyond the wall, so it doesn't really affect us, but interesting nonetheless. Can also do a grand tournament now, but we're not going to mess around with that. We will probably speed things up a little bit. Guild dispute. Both the blacksmiths and the merchants' guilds in the Lordship of Grandgate have sent a representative to meet with me. The two guilds have come to an impasse over the trade of raw iron within the county and want me to arbitrate their dispute. Secretly, each representative has offered me a lucrative deal with their guild in an attempt to get me to side with them. Only blacksmiths can tell good iron from bad. Trade is clearly the domain of merchants. They both could benefit if they just cooperate. Grandgate is mine. Only I control its trade. The control level in Grandgate changes by 20, but we will gain stress. We'll go for this. It's got a 92% chance of having cooperative guilds for 10 years, which is perfect. Lesson on Fortune. It is time for a break from Devon's routine lesson plan. I think it may be a good time to pass along some values of House Grand to him. I will tell Devon a story about House Grand. Devon should discover who he is on his own. He resists our lesson. There's only 5% chance. So we may as well go for it and we shouldn't get stressed. And he has drained the Gregorous trait. Wandering Hedge Knight. Ben, a Hedge Knight, has arrived at my court. He has requested permission to rest at my keep for a short while before he resumes his travels. In return, he has offered me his service for the duration of his stay. Let's have a look at you then. Well, there's nothing overly exciting about you, is there? Unyielding defender, knight, dutiful commander. An extra pair of hands would surely be useful. The Hedge Knight will have no traits as the event progresses. They will gain traits. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll see how he turns out. As I walk through my courtyard, I spot Ben resting beneath an awning, too busy sleeping to conduct the service he offered me during his stay. So this is the type of knight you are. He gains lazy, but he could gain cynical, arbitrary, content, or arrogant. Looking at it, I don't think we'll be offering to keep him around then. Yeah, he's gained arrogant, cynical, and laser. He can leave. Ben has spent the day training in the courtyard, sparring with a few of my household guards. It seems he knows how to wield a blade, though, which he could become a skilled fighter with unyielding. See, now he's becoming interesting. Ben and Lord Roman have spent the day in deep conversation with one another, discussing the finer points of strategy and analysing historical battles. It seems Ben is quite the tactician. He's gained siege lead. Yeah, okay, maybe Ben can stay. The time has come at last for Ben to return to the hedges from whence he came. Before leaving, he comes before you and offers his sincere thanks for your hospitality, asking if he can be of any further service prior to his departure. You're wasted on the road. Join my court. I simply wish... No, you're wasted on the road. Join my court. Let's find you a bride. House Moulton. I quite like this sigil, to be honest. Sons of the Horse. Strange house words, but okay. Let's arrange a marriage for you. Oh, no, we want to find a spouse for you. I am possibly interested in making you one of our custom characters. Who do we have? We've got a Tyrell there, which would be interesting. A Piper, who is a giant, apparently. Celera Piper, is that? She's just a wanderer. Let's go for her, why not? Sorted. Well, an interesting event, at least, and she's departed for our court. What else have we got here? We can demand payments from Lord Amos, Lord Jorin, Lord Kerwin. Doesn't upset his opinion of us, so that's good. We can get the gold in from him. We can do it from the others, but they don't currently have any. Oh, we can change our vassal Lord Amos's contract. So let's get some higher taxes off him. I thought it said that we could change it. You can change your vassal lord. Yeah, we can change it. Let's go for high taxes. Your religious right to protect it because it doesn't affect us in the slightest. Can we get away with levies? No, that would be tyranny. Would cause subjects to lose opinion of us, but we could go for protect the title. No, we can't actually do that. Okay, well, I'd rather have the taxes than the levies at the moment because we do have decent levies and we're in need of gold. Our acquaintance Florian, no idea who he is, but he has passed away. We can demand these payments, but we will wait until they can afford to pay us the full amount. And Lady Piper has arrived at our court. Making that gold impressively quick, which is good. Oh, and there's a payment we can demand from Ingram of 20 gold. Perfect. When we do this Grand Tour, I'm hoping that we can swell our coffers even more. Looking at other playthroughs I've done where you can ask for gold when you're touring lands, I think we will be doing that as Robert to put a little bit more dread and fear into our vassals and swelling, yeah, our treasury whilst we're at it. And Lord Raymond of Whitebricks finished the increased control in Grandgate. Awesome. Do we have small control over our other new lands, or will we be okay there? Let's have a look. Increase control. Yeah, we do need to increase control. Let's go for his actual own lands first, though. They're only yellow, so it should be a quick fix. Yeah, domestic affairs still. Overseer the realm or preside over the council will be designed to preside over the no. We'll keep everyone doing what they're doing. Still increase development. Yep. Probably better to collect taxes. Could do with the taxes, but we are currently increasing the development, so it will help, won't it, to get it done a little bit quicker, I suppose. Disrupt schemes, support schemes, find secrets. Do we find some secrets somewhere? Could we? Where could we go and find some secrets? Could go and try and find some secrets of our father-in-laws, maybe. I don't know if it'll be of any use to us, but it's worth trying. We won't go fabricating any claims yet. I might try and fabricate a proper claim on Pure Springs, just so then we can revoke the title away from House Vance. When there's enough House Vances around, we can then put a custom character in there, and we can also then stop Pure Springs from leaving our domain. My hostage, Devon, has been impressed with one of the household knights for a very long time. After finally meeting him personally, he has been repeating the warrior's words to himself. Give others their due, and you will receive your own in turn. As others grow around him, so will he. Gains generous. Could gain diligent. Oh no, loses the trait generous, gains the trait diligent. We gain stress from it, but diligent is a good trait. Gets patient. Generous is a good trait, but no, let's see if we can. It's overwhelmed us, but diligent is too good of a trait to pass up on. Lord Rawman, oh wow, that did not take him long at all. He's already got control over that area, so let's now move him on to Bechester. An alliance formed with Lord Lucas. Alliance formed with Lord Lucas. Oh, Norcross. Is that the one who's married to our sister? Yes, it is. He does have a son as well, who's got the quick trait, which is nice. A member of our family. Let's make you important. We've got that alliances, which is nice. Lord Walter has also been swayed, which is nice. We have been invited to Lord William's hunt. Who is Lord William Chambers? Where are you from? Well, quite a bit out of the way, although we do like a hunt. We've got our own things going on at the minute that we're trying to save our money for, so we're not going to get involved with that. And activity joinable, Lord Lucas's grand tournament. Who is Lord Lucas? Grafton. Yeah, we will not be going there. Axel has come to me with an unusual request. His knight has died, leaving him without someone to one day knight him. That's sad, because I know who the knight is. He dreads of becoming someone who spent his whole life as a squire. And such is begging me to take him on as my own squire. No, I don't want a squire. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, that's annoying. I don't really want to do that. We won't take him on. We will get him a better squire instead. My child Axel is now of age to squire. Perhaps I could command a vassal of my realm. Lord Mark Piper. That's a 100% no. I'm really annoyed and really sad that Ingram has died. What a great man. 71 though. He does now have his daughter and heir ruling, who does already have a daughter. She's pretty decent, to be fair, as well. So hopefully she'll make a decent vassal. Let's have a look. In our realm, who is the best marshal? We've got Lord Raymond. Is he a good fighter? I think he's a trained fighter. He is infirm, though, so maybe he wouldn't be the best option. What about the guy who rules here? No, it was his father who was a good fighter. So is there not a good fighter in our lands now? I think we might not actually have a good fighter. Amos was more of a steward, wasn't he? What about you, trained fighter? Not the best Lord Greywield, but we could always send him there, I suppose. Let's have a look. Don't really think we have anyone in our court who could do it. There's Jonas Bracken, I suppose. Jonas Bracken Sr. would be a good option, actually. So let's send our son to be squired by him. I'm pretty sure that... Was Ingram on the council? Does that mean we need a new... Yeah, we need a new Chancellor. Who do we have? Jonas Bracken, but he's already our hand. So Lord Mark finally gets his wish of being on the council. Oh, Jonas Bracken's son's actually pretty decent. Yeah, we're going to have to go with Mark Piper, aren't we then? Hopefully that can get him on side, though, and improve relations finally. Let's demand our payment from you. It's only 2 off, and I want the gold. To the Receptive Robert, despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets. However, I still believe there is something going on in the shadows. If there is anything, we shall find it. And we used our strong hook to get a payment. Perfect. Let's have a look. What should we go for next? It's my domain. Can use the extort subject's decision. Fearful troops, men-at-arms, maintenance per dread. Defensive measures, cutting corners, chains of loyalty. Soon forgiven. Monthly tyranny. Let's go for it. It's my domain. Let's try and fill this tree out. And no, we may as well. Let's just demand the 14 gold. Get it underway. Task finished. But I thought I told her to, yeah, continue getting secrets. Yeah, that's fine. How much longer is it going to take to do this? We're at 80%. Effects at 100%, which is good. Lady Orine gained diplomatic expertise, which is good. Are we still swaying anybody at the moment? I can't remember. It was Lord Pate, wasn't it, that we were swaying? Are we still? No, he's got 100% opinion of us now. Awesome. I suppose we could try and... She's still young enough to give us children. Do we now try and romance her again? Then again, we've got 2 sons and an heir. Let's put it to better use somewhere else. Most of our vassals don't mind us, apart from Lord Piper. Can we try and sway Lord Piper? We might be able to do it. Let's see if we can. It would be good if we could improve relations there. Almost got enough gold now as well. Almost got enough gold now as well, which is good. Serana finished to find secrets. Oh, we found a secret. While performing her duties as a spy master, Serana has uncovered a secret held by Lord Rodmond of Hardline. He has secretly taken Marlene Silveray, a noble woman from Hardline, as a lover. This is useful to know. Can we blackmail you and try and get something out of you? Gets a weak hook. He will 100% accept. It's going to make him not like us, but that's fine. Let's see if we can get some gold out of the bastard. You have gained a blackmail lover hook on Lord Romond. The latest work of my acquaintance Lord Roger has become all the rage at court. Of late, the piece deals with the memory and what we leave behind, and Roger has publicly dedicated it to me, that Lord of Grandlands. What man does not hope to rest when tired in glorious memory with hearts desired? And when their final hours near, hope shall they their name brings cheers. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. I don't quite know how I feel about this. Roger, I can see this is truly heartfelt. He gains opinion of us, and we gain part. Yeah, seems like the better option. Perfect. Who even are you? Oh, of House Lord... Oh, okay. Lord Rygar. Interesting. Maybe we can get some sort of friendship on the go there. And we can demand payment from Lord Roman. Use weak hook to blackmail. Yes, can you send us 20 gold, please, my friend? Thank you very, very much. Lord Walter of Woolwood expects to be on the council. Is he good at anything? Not really. Fairly average all round, so I'm afraid you're going to have to just go without. War declared on Liege. Storm King Joffrey is being attacked by King Rob. Following the start of the North, the Stormland Subjugation War, our Liege has called their banners, and we must now decide how to answer the summons. Declare for our Liege, remain neutral, side with the enemy. These subjugation wars are a bit stupid, really, that they keep going on. I need to probably look at the settings to tweak them, because it's just a bit random. I don't know how Rob expects to win that war. That's going to be an interesting one. I can't see him winning it, surely, but we're not going to get involved anyway. We will be staying out of it. And Lord Paramount Edmure is being attacked by Lord Cranugman. Who's Lord Cranugman? What? Lord Cranugman. That's his actual name. Lord Cranugman of Cranugmen's Willett. Remain neutral yet again. You joined a war. You have joined the ambush in the bog. Okay, is this an actual? That's interesting. Is it because he started to march his men north, has he? So, okay. I've not actually marched through the neck yet. That's pretty cool, actually. Your acquaintance died. We joined the war. Yeah, well, I'm not. We're staying neutral. We're not getting involved. We're making money. And, we can now plan our grand tour, can't we? So let's go ahead and do that. Activities. Grand tour. A lot of money. Majesty tour. Intimidation tour. Some events will allow especially dreadful actions. Taking these earns dread. When you part from a stop, you may attempt to force vassals out of hostile factions. This grand tour is an opportunity to put my subjects in their place and show how truly terrifying I can be. But there is the taxation tour as well. Some events will allow avaricious actions. Taking these earns gold, both when departing from a stop and at the end of your grand tour. This grand tour is an opportunity to remind my vassals that I am owed tax and obligation, and to root out any and all tax avoidance within my realm. Which one do we go for? Most of our people like us at the moment. Let's go for the taxation one, and hopefully we can upset them at the same time. Right, so we will, of course, be going to House Cosset. We will then be going to Float River and House Perrin. We unfortunately can't go to House Piper, so we will go to House Vance, and then we'll go to Amos, and we can't go to any of the others at present. We will tour the grounds of hosted dinner. Let's have a hosted dinner at our friend's daughter's house. We will tour your grounds. We will have a tour your grounds as well, and then we'll have dinner at House Claypool. Don't really need to look at cultural stuff with the same culture. We don't need a caravan master. Travel options, I don't really think we need to take any of these extras on, if I'm honest. Justice, you seek distribute justice to even the pettiest of criminal. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option for us to go for. Modest entourage, grand entourage. No, we'll go with a modest entourage. And then luxuries, increase the... you bring only the essentials in luxurious food and amenities. Extravagant, luxurious, excessive. No. We'll just go with do we spend a little bit more and go for extravagant luxuries? No expenses too great for your tour. All manner of delicacies and amenities will be brought along for the duration. No, we'll just go for that one. And you are in an army. Well, we shouldn't be in an army. Why are we in an army? I haven't called up any men, so that's frustrating. Let's have a look. I shouldn't be involved in any armies at present. Your liege won their war. Hopefully now that that's over, we can do it. Maybe it just called us up into that for some strange reason. Let's try. Again, I will go for the same decisions that we just went for. We've gained a weak hook on Devin Vance, and we're still apparently in an army, which is annoying. Arrange a betrothal. Axel Grand and Elena Gray. Who are you? Faith of the Seven Riverlander that I've never heard of. Up in these random lands. I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline. I want something better for our child. My prisoner Alistair died, and Kerwin... Oh no, Lord Kerwin has also died. He did have a child, though, who's only 2. But at least the house does live on. That's good, because we did have a couple that have died out recently, unfortunately. I'm going to say that I'm no longer willing to fight. Will that take us home? You gain the trait one-legged. How do we gain the trait one-legged? That's annoying. So we got one-legged before we got home. That is really annoying. And you lost the trait wounded. Okay, whatever. So we're now one-legged, apparently. In a war that I didn't even want to get involved in. That is so annoying that you just go off to war like that without... I said I was staying neutral, but then I was still off fighting. A bit stupid that the game doesn't ask you if you're going to go and do that, to be honest. That's now made us one-legged. That's so stupid. So stupid. Okay, let's do this grand tour, which we should be able to do now. I'm going to be honest, that's pissed me off. Okay. Continue. And start our grand tour. That has really, really pissed me off. A lucrative start. The time has come to depart for my grand tour of the Grandlands. My court is packed, ready, and raring to go. Our first stop will be my vassal, Lady Irena's castle over in Wishire. I look forward to helping the people contribute to the nation's wealth by any means available. The High Lordship of Grandland subjects should certainly not have any surplus hidden from the crown after this tour has concluded. I can't wait. We lose stress, we gain prestige. Perfect. And we have arrived. As my entourage comes to a halt at the gates of Parmore Hold, the call is made for Lady Arena of Wishare to receive me. But after a time that is more than generous, not even a lowly servant appears to greet me. The call is made many times more, but we receive no answer, save for the chirps of wild birds and the whistles of gentle winds. It becomes clear that I've been turned away at the gates, and the cowardly lady has, in so doing, insulted the crown. Let's just move along. This insult will not soon be forgotten. You grow closer to forming a rivalry. Allows you to rightfully imprison her. Break down the bloody gates. This is an act of tyranny, causing your subjects to lose 20% opinion of you. We gain 20 dread. We gain 30 gold. You lose 15% opinion of Lady Arena. We lose 81% 81 stress because we're wrathful. We do lose some control there. But I do think it's what Robert would do. I do think he would break down the bloody gates, so we are going to do that. You are no longer overwhelmed with stress, which is good. We arrive in a small village in Earlygrave to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak, hopeless look in his eyes fades and brightens as he notices my procession's approach. My lord, these villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the Lord's justice? True, the evidence seems circumstantial, but a lowly peasant should never speak to their lord unprompted. He's a skilled fighter. Patient, compassionate, generous, trusting. Roseworth. I think we've had a Roseworth in another series before. The execution is just. The control level in Lordship of Float River will change by 10. Unwin Roseworth is killed. The evidence is frivolous. Let him go. The control level in Lordship of Float River changes by 10. I think the execution is just then, isn't it? So we will execute him. Danger, life, or death saved. Traversing the hills on the outskirts of Earlygrave, we are suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders out for blood. Another set of riders rapidly approach from nearby, led by Lord Jarman. Lord Jarman of Earlygrave, okay. I am very pleasantly surprised by the illustrious demeanour of the local lord, and I praise the 7 who are one that they arrived just in time. Jarman circles back around with a victorious grin on his face. You should join us for some Riverlander hospitality at Earlygrave. It would be my honour, Lord Jarman. Thank you very much. We've been turned away again. As my entourage comes to a halt at the gates of Roundhouse, the call is made for Lord Robin of Float River to receive me. But after a time, that is more than generous. Not even a lowly servant appears. And we're going to break down the bloody gates again. Danger, this is fine. Travelling through the sometimes harsh environments has invigorating effects on at least my state of mind and vigour. As I glance over at Floris, however, she does not appear to be doing quite as good. Her movement is laboured, her breathing heavy, and spontaneous bursts of coughing ripple through her body. Clearly, she is not well. We should let her rest and recover fully. Harlan, can you treat her? It's just a little cough. She gets pneumonia. We'll let her recover. We'll be kind. Is any of our lords going to actually greet us? Greet is my impeccable vassal. I hoped it would not come to this, but I am left with no... Yeah, whatever, yeah. You keep removing us and moving us. And we have managed to sway Lord Mark, which is nice. Grand Tour settling in for dinner. Lord Vance has actually allowed us to come in. I receive a welcome worthy of a lord at the gates of Lord Jason's castles in Pure Spring. My coffer wagon and tax collectors making the goal of my visit clear. My vassal dutifully receives me with all requisite deference. Jason explains the planned evening banquet, promising the entertainments and victuals on offer will near the standards of my own court's dinner. Lord Jason of Pure Spring assures me that this is only the finest food he has to offer. Let's begin. Your grand tour becomes more voracious. We gain some gold. The meal this evening has been to die for, but as the chef keeps piling food high, I've noticed my courtier Morena has been scarcely touching what little she puts on her plate. Though a lack of appetite would be fine at any other time, Lord Jason of Pearl Springs seems to be getting insulted that a member of my entourage is picking and poking at their dish. Eat something for the 7 who are one's sake, or I'll make excuses for her. No, eat something. We irritate her, I don't care. As I finish my meal, another board is placed down in front of me, but this time instead of food, it is topped with a little game pieces. My liege, surely you know that I am famed as one of Pure Spring's finest chess players, but I wish to play not merely for fun. Perhaps we can make things interesting by putting on a wager. Lord Jason of Pure Springs grins at me idly. twiddling a piece between his fingers, eager for a match. I shan't ruin my evening with this. It's my move, Jason. I press chess like I fight savagely. I'm not going to read all this because it's always the same. You think you can outthink me? I don't know if we actually have any learning ability, do we? No, we do not have any learning ability, so we will go for the sword arm and the sword arm again. Lord Jason has gained a favour hook on you. Never mind. Howling in Bastille triumph, Jason leaps to his feet. I have lost. My hands slipped down to my knees, searching for support. With the 7 who are one as my witness, I did all I could. We'll see who wins next time. You've made an enemy here today. Well, the better man won. He gains opinion of us, which is fine. And we did manage to collect some more taxes, and some more taxes, and some more taxes. Very, very nice. And the development has increased here, which is nice as well. Lord Jason's Prospering replenished the alcohol stores. Lost 20 gold. Grew closer to gaining a friendship. Food has been filed high once again this evening, as I've come to expect. However, the little pastries I had grown so fond of seemed to be absent. I turned to Lord Jason of Pureswings with a quizzical expression on my face. I know you expected more pastry, my lord, but cook assures me every last one went missing just before it was ready to be served. We tried to catch the thief, but the gluttonous villain is far too elusive. Not too elusive for me. Sad. We'll go for the top one. There's a small chance we can find them that we didn't. We were going to get stressed either way, so more taxes again. Wow, you really do get a lot of tax off these taxation Grand Tours, don't you? I think we'll have to go for a dread one next. Another evening of merriment draws to a close, and I have found myself locked in conversation with Orin, of all people. Before I know it, the room has become silent, save for our conversation, and everyone is hanging on my next word. Though a little awkward, I am sure I can tell a tale that everyone here will be delighted by. Something tragic, something light. Let's go for something light. I have concluded my royal visitation of Pure Springs, and now my procession prepares to depart. Lord Jason of Pure Springs and his court have all lined up neatly to see me part, and with everyone present, it is time to collect tribute for bestowing him with my present. It's time for tribute. Yeah, I want tribute. That's why we've came here. We've made a good impression on you anyway, so hand over the gold. I emerge from my slumber after another peaceful night staying with Lord Jason. As I regain my conscience, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. An entire keg of wine rests beside me like a lover, sloshing and creaking in its fullness with each slight motion I make. This gift is certainly unexpected, but it really is such pleasant. What a wonderful way to wake up. You and Lord Jason become friends. Very nice. Very, very nice. The finer points of diplomacy. Today my hostage Devon was taught a lesson in vassal management by Mark. It was quite a complicated course necessary, but perhaps a bit beyond Devon's grasp. My subjects only ever wish me well, Devon exclaims. I will trust my subjects indiscriminately so that we can build the realm together. Oh, you sweet, gullible child. That level of trust could be dangerous. Good, let suspicion be vanquished from your mind. Yeah, I want you to stay trusting. Runaway or lost. As we manage to get through a dangerous path in Fieldstone, we decide to rest for the night. As I walk around the encampment, suddenly a strange feeling that someone is missing bothers me. I ask around and everyone agree on one thing, that they don't remember seeing Theo all day. Theo of House Bracken. That is worrisome. He's still just a child. What if he got lost somewhere in the hills along the way? He's probably lonely and, more importantly, starving. I don't want to risk more people. Let's mount a search party. I'll find them myself. Do we have a good chance of that? We do, but we might become sickly. We're going to have... I don't really want to spend the gold, but I think we're going to have to, and then we're going to get stressed because we're greedy, and Theo is nowhere to be found. Young Theo has disappeared, which is a shame because he was interesting. My arrival at Lord Amos's castle in Fieldstone is marked with fanfare befitting the Lord of the Realm, and the presence of my coffer wagon and tax collector quickly hove. Well done, Lord Claypool. Well done. No need to be silly, is there? And we've gained some more gold, which is perfect. A faction targeting you has disbanded, which is also perfect. Childhood role model. Flora has shown curiosity of her ancestry and is growing to be more like a child of House Grand. Flora Grand is greedy as well as charming. Decent. Hook on you. Lord Amos has gained a favour hook on you. Lord Amos has been quite the gracious host so far, showing me his lands and possessions with pride. So I'm immediately taken aback when he starts stammering and clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we are passing by. Are you hiding something from me, Amos? I take advantage of this moment of stunned, shameful, guilty silence to push the door open, and I'm surprised by what I find. The door leads to a courtyard filled with the healthiest, strongest looking hounds I've seen in a while. It's only fair to share this with your lord. Pays 20 gold to you, increases his feudal taxes. Guards, commander, everything. That would be a little bit too harsh. A fellow connoisseur. You bond. I'll pretend I didn't see this. No, we're greedy, so I think it's only fair that you share with your lord. I find myself curious to see how the low lives of Fieldstone live, so I pay a visit to the establishment where the locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stands atop a table, commanding the attention of everyone in earshot. What do we even need a lord for anyway? Amos bleeds us dry with these bloody taxes, yet he expects our undying loyalty. The entire building erupts into thumping and applause. Clearly my lord is not popular in his own home. Arrest these traitors. Do not speak ill of the lord. Have at you. We challenge him. Control level increased by 20. Gains peasant leader humiliated for 10 years. You grow closer to forming a friendship. Arrest these traitors. Gain 10% dread. You grow closer to forming a friendship. You imprison Alfric. Control is increased by 10. That's probably the best option. So let's arrest these traitors. My ride through the grounds of province of Stonemound is brought to a sudden jolting halt as I feel my prized horse stumble over a rock. Though it is quick to recover, I'm only momentarily thrown off balance. I can hear members of my procession snickering behind me. I have been failed by my allegedly prized steed, and I feel a stew of humiliation and rage bubbling in my guts. A lord is meant to give off an air of untouchable regality and command the respect of all his subjects, and this incident has thrown off my image of perfection. Have the beast slain and get me another. We gain 150 prestige, 10 dread, lose 38 stress, because we're greedy and wrathful. If your host is generous, he could give us 10 gold and become our friend. Everyone makes mistakes. No, let's slay the beast then. Robert is a pig. I brought a new horse. We lost 25 gold. You lost 5% opinion of... Oh, he wasn't generous. During the tour of province of Stonemound, I am locked in a conversation with my vassal lord Amos about the glory of warfare and strife, when he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. Although the lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Lord Amos of Fieldstone strangely did not chastise him and allowed him to speak directly to me. Though what he has to say is quite interesting, this breaking of social etiquette has caught me quite off guard. Who are you? You look quite decent, actually. One should never speak out of turn, or I will listen. No, we're wrathful, so one should never speak out of turn. One should know one's place. As I and my entourage ride along, I hear murmurs echoing through the grounds. I order a boy to ride ahead, and when he returns, he informs me that there is a gang of illegal poachers just ahead of us. This presents an ideal opportunity to inflict some justified pain on some unsuspecting souls and ingratiate myself with my vassal Lord Amos at the same time. I could round up these ruffians and present their heads and hands to Lord Amos of Fieldstone without much issue. Time for a hunt. 88% success. Let them off for a fee. Avoid them. No, time for a hunt. Lord Amos gained 15% opinion of you. Perfect. I've concluded my royal visitation of Fieldstone, and now my procession departs, and it's time to pay tribute. That's why we're here. The truth of it. We approach a hamlet where a forlorn man stands shackled on a gallows, a throng gathering at his feet. Lord, it's the Lord. A peasant stumbles through the crowd, crying, "Please, my husband is innocent." It's a lie. Nobody even saw it. They pull her away, wailing, "No, Rob," as she is dragged down the street. The official bows sheepishly. "Sorry, my lord. Ignore her. The man is guilty. Don't worry about that." He's a lunatic, apparently. I'd like to hear the charges. I am here to pardon him and her. They join our court. I don't think they're of any interest to us, so carry on. And we gain 5 dread. Danger. Sticks in the wheel. Bank. I hear Ben shout out in panic. Soon thereafter, I hear a loud cracking sound like that of wood breaking or of my patience finally snapping. I step out on the dirt to see a splintered remains of a wagon wheel. My wagon wheel. I am sorry, my liege. It was my turn as lookout, and I fell asleep at the reins. Curses, we're going to be late. Shuffle the supplies around. I'll ride from now on. We spend 75 prestige. No, we'll just be delayed by a few days. Tempting fruit. Our road takes us through treacherous parts of Greentown Tower. While I scan for any dangers ahead, a rustling bush grabs my attention. Could it be wild animals? As I brace myself for impact, Ben jumps out of the bush instead, holding a plant. You scared me, Ben. Anyway, let me see what you have there. Some kind of fruit, I exclaimed. Yes, it looks and smells delicious. I wonder what it tastes like. Maybe I'll take just a little bite. Hold on. What if it's poisonous? Don't be stupid. War waits for no man. The blaring of war horns have reached me even here in Grandgate as I am en route to attend my grand tour in Grandgate. Much planning has gone into preparing this host, and I am loath to send my guests home. The importance of this conflict should not be underestimated, however. Perhaps it would be best to focus all my efforts on preparing before I can manage things from here. This war requires my full attention. The grand tour will be cancelled. The grand tour will continue. We're not getting involved in these petty wars. Lost a leg without even getting involved last time, so I'm not going to get involved. Following the start of the ambush in the bog, our liege has called their banners, and we must now decide. We will remain neutral. And I think we had a good grand tour, to be honest. We gained 500 prestige. Vassal tax contribution up by 15% as well for the next 20 years. We gained 150 renown. Gained 25% opinion of Lord Rabbit. All our vassals did, even though we took gold off them. Every council title within Amos's realm was 10% increased, which is perfect. Some of them probably weren't too happy, but we will finish the grand tour. We made a lot of gold out of that, and we are now back home. A dip in the trident. The sky is clear and blue, the sun bright, and the countryside awash with colour and movement. A perfect day in the Riverlands, if not for the gods' cursed heat. Sweat beads on my brow and soaks into my clothes, an inescapable nuance unbecoming of a lord like myself. I wonder idly how I ever used to enjoy such days in my youth, but then, like a lock unlatching, the memories snap into focus. I used to swim in the river. There are risks, to be sure, to swimming in a river so mighty as the Trident, but what kind of Riverlander would I be if I were not confident in my mastery over the waters? And what lovely waters they are, a refuge from the scorching heat. Yeah, but we have one leg. A swim in the Trident is just the thing. I am a lord, not a child. I have no time. No, a swim in the Trident. Let's go for a swim. I'm worried something might happen, though. The water of the Trident welcomes me into the cool embrace, and I sigh contentedly at the relief from the heat. The simple pleasure lasts only moments before I am reminded of the Trident's powder. Swift currents take hold and thrust me along downstream. I try to remember the strokes I was taught in my youth, but my muscles scream in protest, and I find myself flailing ineffectually against the river. It is all I can do to keep my head above water, and when the Trident finally deposits me like unwanted detritus on a rocky bank, I have no energy left. After what feels like hours, I finally manage to haul myself to my feet and limp back upstream, naked and dejected. Well, that was unfortunate, and we can designate a Guardian to Flora, who is good in intrigue. Who do we have that's good in intrigue? We could just go for our wife. Why not? The Travelling Bard, Artos, an itinerant bard, popular with the common folk, has arrived at my court. A local landowner encouraged him to seek me out so that he might perform for myself and my household. Prior to the performance, he came to me to ask what sort of music would be most pleasing to my ear. A simple pious ballad, perhaps a ballad about me. Sing of the Valour of House Grand. Yes, Sing of the Valour of House Grand. Artis's performance went over swimmingly, with not a single member of my household left unimpressed. Beyond the specific ballad I'd requested, Artis played many more gorgeous tunes, much to everyone's delight. A splendid evening indeed. My prisoner has died, that's fine. I can't believe how much money we managed to get from there. And you can unlock a new perk. Perfect. Golden Diploma, monthly income per stress level, plus 10%. We'll go for that. We've almost now maxed this out. I still can't believe we lost a leg. I'm so annoyed about it. Lord Mark Swade, awesome. It looks like they've won the war with the Northmen, wherever that's going on. A stupid war that made no sense whatsoever, but whatever. Trying to ignore these silly things that happen in these games for no apparent reason, but I think with the end of our Grand Tour we will end this episode here, as it's been quite a long one. So I want to thank you all so much for watching as always, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would also really appreciate that, and I'll see you all next time.